We are also following breaking news out of Woodstock. We've confirmed police in Cherokee County are sweeping Etowah High School and E.T. Booth Middle School right now after a bomb threat. We're told Etowah students have been evacuated. There are about 2,500 kids at that school. Booth students were taken to the basement while police went through campus. We don't have a lot of details right now. A crew is on the way. We're gathering information. We can tell you we know there are other districts in Metro Atlanta, including Clayton County, who have been dealing with online threats. They've not been credible or materialized, but this is something a lot of schools have been dealing with, and Cherokee County is the latest. We'll keep an eye on this and update you as we get more information. New for you at noon, we are learning of a man who physically assaulted a woman outside the Fulton County Courthouse, now in custody. Lester Walker is accused here. He's 42. He was booked into the Fulton County Jail Monday night. Authorities had been looking for him since last Thursday after they say he attacked a woman. He's being held at the county's jail. He faces charges of battery and aggravated assault. He is the only person to survive a triple shooting in Midtown, and now he's out of the hospital. We'll hear from his family about his road to the recovery next. We have new insight into last month's triple shooting in Midtown. Today, the only person to survive is a step closer to going home. Michael Horn is in a rehab facility. He survived being shot in the chest. It led him to spending more than a month at Atlanta Medical Center. Horn isn't up to walking just yet, but he was strong enough to say thank you, shake some hands, and give hugs to nurses and doctors. More emotion because AMC is scheduled to close in a month. Horn's daughter says it was bittersweet.
He kind of teared up a little bit and was saying that he was excited but sad because he's going to miss all these nurses and doctors. And you can pay people to do a job, but you cannot pay people to care about you. And every single person in that hospital does.
They are so grateful. She says they're humbled and thankful for all of the support. There's an online fundraiser. It's already raised nearly $90,000. Back to tracking Hurricane Ian. We want to show you some new video in from Cuba where the entire island was without power overnight. Ian made landfall early yesterday morning as a Category 3 storm there. Crews are working right now to gradually restore power for the nation's 11 million people. Authorities are just in the early stages of assessing the damage. At this point, no victims have been reported. We hope that holds true. In South Florida, people are already seeing severe damage from the outer bands of Ian. This is video from South Florida in the Miami, Hollywood, and Fort Lauderdale areas. They've had a lot of flooding in the streets, rain down. Look at this airplane that was crushed because of some high winds. Some cars were crushed as well when the storm brought down trees, so a lot of damage there. As we heard from 11 Alive's Molly Oak at Hartsfield-Jackson, hundreds of thousands of people are evacuating Florida to get out of the path of Hurricane Ian. And after weeks of falling gas prices, some are worried the storm and the evacuations could push the cost of fuel back up. Paulo Suro went to the experts to find out.
While we keep an eye on Hurricane Ian, we're also keeping an eye on the gas pumps. Could gas prices go up because of the storm? Our sources are Gas Buddy and AAA.
We are not expecting too much of a change in gas prices.
In a statement, AAA tells us in part that gas prices in Georgia have risen slightly overnight, likely due to the anticipation that the storm may cause distribution problems and flooded roads. It adds that if southern refineries are damaged by the storm, it could impact prices too. But Gas Buddy spokesperson Nicole Peterson explains that as of now, that's not expected to be the case.
The storm is expected to kind of avoid those major refineries in the Mississippi, Louisiana, Gulf Coast area. So shouldn't see too many refinery impacts from the current projected path of the hurricane. There could be, some supply disruptions in Florida, but that does not necessarily equate to a bump in prices.
Both sources urge people to not run out and buy gas in a panic because that could be what potentially drives prices up at the pump.
They encourage drivers, especially outside of the state of Florida, to not panic buy fuel. In most case scenarios, filling up multiple tanks of gas or filling up when you don't really need it just makes the situation worse and limits supply for people who do really need it.
So we can verify you might see a slight price increase at the pumps, but it won't be because of Hurricane Ian. Instead, it'll likely be because of people panic buying at the pumps. Paulo Suro, 11 Alive News.